Donald Trump's second term may only have just begun, but the US president is already hinting at the possibility of a third. Trump reiterated his suggestion that he might pursue a third presidential term despite the US Constitution's two-term limit. And he says, "I'm not joking," when asked to clarify on his remark about seeking another term, saying and claiming that there are actually methods in which it could be done.
I don't want to talk about a third term now because no matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. We have almost 4 years to go. And that's a long time. But despite that, so many people are saying, you've got to run again. They love the job we do. Most importantly, they love the job we do.
So is that actually the case? Can Trump seek a third term? Let's tell you what the US Constitution says. This is the 22nd Amendment to the US Constitution, ratified in 1951, which explicitly limits a president to 2 terms in office. This amendment was introduced after Franklin D. Roosevelt won 4 consecutive terms, serving from 1933 to 1945. Now, under the amendment, no person can be elected to the presidency more than twice, and no one who served more than 2 years of another president's term may be elected more than once. The word elected is important. So can the Constitution be changed? Well, to repeal the 22nd Amendment would be an arduous process requiring either a 2/3 majority vote in both the House and the Senate or a constitutional convention initiated by 2/3 of US states. In either case, any proposed amendment would then need to be ratified by 3/4 of the states, a scenario that experts say is highly unlikely given the current political landscape for Trump. Despite this, there has been some support within the Republican Party for extending presidential term limits. In fact, in early 2025 this year, Representative Andy Ogles of Tennessee introduced a resolution proposing an amendment for the president to serve up to 3 terms, provided they were not consecutive. Under this proposal, former presidents Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton would still be ineligible to return to office, while Trump, who served non-consecutive terms, would qualify to run again in 2028. However, this resolution has little chance of gaining the bipartisan support necessary for passage. No amendment has been ratified since the 1990s, and that one was first proposed in the 1700s. So is there another way? Well, Trump supporters have pointed out a potential loophole in the wording of the 22nd Amendment. While it explicitly states that a president cannot be elected more than twice, and again stressing on the word elected, it doesn't prohibit a former 2-term president from assuming the office through succession. This has led to speculation that Trump could return to power by running as a vice presidential candidate in 2028. If his running mate were to win and then resign shortly after taking office, Trump could then automatically step up, ascend to the presidency once again. This attempt to use the vice presidency as a backdoor route to a third term is likely to face legal challenges, though. The 12th Amendment here states that no person constitutionally ineligible to the office of president shall be eligible to that of vice president of the United States. So this suggests that if Trump is barred from serving a third term as president, he may also be ineligible to run for vice president. Age matters too. At 78 years, 9 months and 17 days old, Donald Trump, the 45th and the 47th president of America, is the oldest president as of his second inauguration in the country's history. Trump would be 82 at the end of his second term, a few months older than his predecessor Joe Biden at the end of his presidential term. And remember how much Joe Biden was trolled for his age. So that's another aspect.